Interesting day yesterday. Interesting show. We had Cody Kessler on. He was supposed to be on in the second hour. And then we get a note from USC. He's going to be delayed by about 40 minutes. And we're thinking, all right, that happens. And then all of a sudden we get word that team is in there watching film. And then we get the news that Pat Hayden walks in, the athletic director, and says to Clay Helton, you're no longer the interim head coach. You're the head coach. And then the room erupts, and Cody Kessler said there were some tears shed, and Coach joins us now. How surprised were you, Coach, that was the scenario and how it played out yesterday morning?
Oh, well, I had known on Sunday, and it was just absolutely amazing that in today's world of technology and how fast information gets transferred, that we were able to keep it kind of a secret for 24 hours because we really wanted to let our kids know first so they could have that type of reaction. And it was one of those memories I'll never forget. Reminds me how important relationships are with your kids.
Who did you tell first?
I told my wife at about 1 a.m. in the morning that maybe we're getting ready to be the head coach of USC and need to pull the kids out of school and come to the press conference. So that was a pretty big shock to her in the early morning.
What did the kids say?
Actually, the kids found out via media. I just told my wife, didn't even tell my mom and dad or my brother or anything like that. Just they are so excited. I mean, we've been here for 6 years. This is our home, and they are so excited to stay here in Los Angeles.
Well, were they more excited that they got a day off from school or that Dad got a promotion?
I think a little bit of both. I think my 12-year-old is just excited to have the opportunity to still stay in the Coliseum. He likes going there much, so he's excited about that.
But you hear on Sunday, but it probably doesn't sink in, at least emotionally, until Monday when you're around these kids that you've seen, that you help recruit. They're hugging you. You're crying, they're crying.
Yeah, it was extremely special to have that moment, and you're right, Dan. It really didn't hit me until it was announced in that team meeting, and to see the reaction of those kids, and that's when you know you are truly these guys' head coach.
Did you have to interview for the job?
I did. I in a couple ways. One being 7 games, or really 8 games, counting a bowl game 2 years ago. 2 had interviewed after the Colorado game formally, and then again on Sunday. Answering some final questions, and at the end of that, Mr. Hayden felt extremely confident in my ability to do the job.
You can call him Pat now. You're the head coach.
I usually call him Coach Hayden. To be honest with you.
So when you look at how this all played out, did you know you were coaching for that position with the game against UCLA?
No, I'll be honest with you. I had, and I've said it a bunch. I just kind of had blinders on. Going in 7 weeks ago, I said, okay, we've been in this situation before. You have to focus on taking care of your kids and helping them win football games if you want to be successful. Obviously, even at the beginning, being named interim, I wanted to be the head coach permanently. But to do that, you have to keep your primary focus on taking care of your kids and helping them win ball games, and add all up the wins at the end of the season and see if that's good enough to get the job. We're in a production-based business, and that's the reality of it. And, you could be a good guy, but at the end of the day, you've got to get your job done.
He's Clay Helton, the USC head football coach, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Now that you're the head coach, does the parking spot situation change?
No. I'm kind of blue collar. So there won't be many changes. I'm kind of simple Simon, just like I told you before. I just a ball coach.
But I'm surprised with the timing of it. Why now would they name you the head coach? Why not wait till after the Stanford game? Was there anything that was attached to that in your mind, or did you think, why now?
No. I think that after the UCLA game, and they had seen enough to say this gentleman's more than capable of doing the job. He's the right fit for us. He's been here 6 years. He knows the ins and outs of this program and knows what it takes to win. And I think they like the blueprint that we're doing for winning, running the ball, stopping the run, not turning the ball over. We're playing tough, disciplined football right now, and that's a staple of USC. And I think that they were sold. I'm thankful for it. It's a very special thing to be a head coach of USC. There's not too many places like it.
We have Christian McCaffrey on coming up, final hour of the show. Anything you'd like for me to pass on?
If you could tell him to slow down just a little bit.
Slow down.
I'd really appreciate it.
How about I tell him not to?
A tremendous player.
Maybe I just ask him not to show up?
That'd be fine,
You're
too.
All right with
that'd
that?
be fine, too. In my opinion, he is one of the most special players in college football. There hasn't been one like him in a while that does everything that he does as a returner, as a running back, as a guy out of the backfield, a wide receiver. He's without question the most complete player right now that's out there in college football.
Any advantage, though, that having already seen them, that you lost to them, but any advantage in that?
Yeah, I think that, both teams have an advantage because usually you only play a team once a year, and if you're playing a team twice, that means really good things are happening for you. And the thing that you find out is really the personnel matchups. You find out how good a Hooper is and how good a McCaffrey is, and maybe some adjustments that you need to make going into the second ball game from a personnel standpoint. That's what really stands out to me.
Well, have fun. Congratulations, and good luck against Stanford.
Thanks, Dan. Really appreciate it.
All right, that's Clay Helton, USC head coach, early in the morning.